Hey everyone, and welcome to BMX News, where I was in the middle of reorganizing some things in order to start. So this is a weekly BMX news show that I do every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. So we're doing it live, and we've got a lot of people in the chat. Noah McBride of The Scene's Not Dead. Large Ray is in the chat. Shout out to Large Ray. Keith, Valo, Travis Schramm, Travis K, the Travis Crew. The Karinsky fam is in the chat. I saw Kevin Jackson in there somewhere. Eric Stahl, Adam Ortiz. Everybody's hanging out. Sean Chambers is in here. And I wanted to start this week off with the BSD Cliffhanger Utah to Colorado trip video, because this is the video to watch this week. Hands down, 100%. Some of the stuff in this video is so insane and incredible that you just have to watch it. Draven Groove in the chat. The one thing, okay, so first of all, there's a full out spot restoration in the middle of the video after these guys are super mad that they found them riding and destroying the spot. Then Denim rescues the day and fixes it completely, and it was amazing. But the one thing that stood out so much, other than this huge bangers, but like a technical, just impressive thing that Reed Stark did, was this. This blew my mind. He went up that steep bank, double pegged on either side of that ledge thing, and then on his way out, ice bonked the down part of the steep bank on the inside. Then Denim Cox grinding, like Draven said, grinding this ledge. It's just insanity. This video is the video to watch this week. 100%. It's almost 20 minutes long. Reed Stark, Denim Cox, Gasper Gwendoline, Trent Lutsky, I'm gonna need somebody to tell me how to say that. Grant Uby, fantastic job. Trent put this together, and Trent has a way of editing where it just has a feeling to it. It is so rad. You get into the video. I mean, you could see the chills on my arm talking about it, because I know the feeling he gets when he edits that, and the feeling that we get when we watch it. Super good. So there's also, there's so much in this video, but there's also, let me find it here, because you're gonna want to see, I did the podcast with Reed right after the dig issue came out, with this being on the cover. You can see it happen in here, and it is incredible. Just watch the video, people. Next, snapshots from the BSD Cliffhanger trip. 35mm film snapshots. Just some extra bonus stuff in here if you want to take a look at those photos. Everything I'm talking about today is linked down in the description below, in the order that I talk about it. Then after that, because Large Ray is in the chat right now, I wanted to shout out the Large Ray podcast that I did this week. It was it has to be in my top 5 of favorite that I've ever done, just because of how much I laughed and how enjoyable your stories were, Ray. It was so good. I've never laughed as hard as I did in this podcast, in a podcast that I've done before. So good. So just head on over there, listen to the legend himself, and if you don't know who Large Ray is, this is where you find out, and dig deeper and go to the Buckeye BMX show June 3rd in Dayton, Ohio, in order to maybe pick up some Dave Mira memorabilia. Still can't say it correctly, doesn't matter. Meet Ray and everybody else who's going to be there. Next up, we get into the videos from this week, starting with Joris's new bike build. He's at Juvie Hall in Florida, building up a new bike in 1 minute. So you get a quick snapshot of what his new bike's going to look like. In the end, it kind of looked like they were teasing some riding that was going to go down. So maybe there's a riding video coming soon as well. Then we had McNeil, and we had Gabe Trow. That's my best guess to saying that guy's name, at Inflow. I'll be honest, I didn't even know McNeil was still a company. So the fact that they're putting out this video is awesome. The fact that they're supporting people is awesome. I had no idea, in this video, if you like technical riding, whether it be the last clip, which is like a tooth hanger, hang on, pedal, tail whip, don't know how else to describe it, or tons and tons of lip tricks in here, this is a good one for you. But if you like the jibby street style videos, like what Stranger puts out, Stranger's Lito with Axel Gonzalez is the video for you. Tons of California riding. If you've ever been to Long Beach, there's going to be a ton of spots in here that you recognized. It was kind of funny. I was like, oh, looks familiar. Oh, I've seen that. It's just cool. If you've ever been to that area, you will have seen a lot of stuff that is in this video. So that's for if you like the jibby style of riding. Then we've got a drop the pin video with Hobie Doan. Hobie could ride a freaking curb cut and make a video from it, and I would love to watch it just because of his personality and the way that he can find stuff to do in situations where it doesn't seem like there might be a ton, and then throwing his personality into it. The jokes throughout this video and the comedic relief make it that much more entertaining on top of all of the riding and the concept itself. Then we've got a trailer or promo for Yorkburg 3, Pittsburgh, New York City, Rochester, and Ohio. Team up. This one's put together by Aiden Keller from out in Pittsburgh. And it looks like it's going to be a good video. And I love that they're bringing all of these scenes together to make one video. I think BMX could definitely use a lot of different scenes coming together like this in the way that we see happen all the time as much as humanly possible. And this is a perfect example of it. I enjoyed this one a lot. Next, Fracture BMX La Paloma is a BCN Barcelona mixtape. This video is just under 5 minutes long, so check it out if you want to see what's going on. Felix Prangenberg and his Fracture crew putting in work on spots in Barcelona, so check it out. Then we've got Sean Moore and Dustin Arp's Angles section from Scott Marceau's Angles video that was from 2021. So I believe we've already talked about Dustin Arp's Angles section, but we have Sean Moore as well. Look at this overgrind. Sean Moore out here killing it. So check that out. Next, we have a full-length video from 2008. Tomorrow We Work. And if you click the link in the description, it takes you to this page that has all of the sections. So this is a full-length video from over in the UK. So we got Dan Cox after the intro. We've got Tom Blythe and Tom Sanders, the Tom crew. Fashion Mix, Marv, Joe Cox, the Friends section, Ant Moss, Mike, Unwin, I'm sorry, Alex Riley, and Tom Roberts. A lot of Toms in here. Lots of Toms. Tom Blythe, Tom Sanders, Tom Roberts. Then we got Josh Bedford rounding it out. So if you want a lot to watch, there's a good place to go. Then we've got Jason Watts in his cult video that came out recently that is over 8 minutes long. There's a guest couple clips from Corey Walsh in here, and it's exactly what you've come to know and love from Jason Watts. Hauling ass, crazy nose manual type stuff, where I think in here at one point he does a look back to G-turn on a crazy setup. So many different gaps across skate parks that it looks normal, but when you think about it practically, and like if you were gonna hit that gap, you're like, oh, this is not normal. Jason Watts just jumps across skate parks for fun, and it's crazy. So check this one out if you want to see the go fast craziness side of BMX. Then this is another video. This was gonna be the video I told everybody, like, you have to watch this video this week. So there's gonna be two. First, the cliffhanger video with the BSD guys. And second, this video from Peru at a spot called The Lost Spot, because this video is a full out like production documentary feel to it, and it's only 8 minutes long. But the beginning of it starts out where it's got a narrator who's speaking in another language, and there's English subtitles at the bottom, and just the adventure of getting to this town that is literally littered with spots all throughout. It's just incredible. And then the riding in here is so cool, just because look at what they're riding. I mean, this is literally a town built on drainage ditches that is basically a skate park. Secret town built like a skate park definitely covers it well. And the video just feels like something Red Bull would make, to be honest. So watch this one. It's worth it. Watch Cliffhanger. It's worth it. This one's a little bit shorter, so if you don't have 20 minutes for Cliffhanger, you have 8 for this one. Next up, Daylight Savings BMX Jam from Backbone BMX. This is a raw cut of this one for the jam coverage, and surprisingly, this is one of only 2 different jam coverage videos this week. Feels like there's been a lot more recently. Next is the Ride Like a Girl 2023 event at the Wheel Mill Women's Weekend that went down a few weeks ago. So this is the Bloom BMX coverage, just over 10 minutes long. So there's the ladies' side of BMX, and an awesome weekend at the Wheel Mill. Check that one out if you'd like. Followed by a video from dude in the chat, Draven Groove. It's called the OKC Thunder Ride, and they have, as you just saw, Ryan Williams here, and Terry Adams is here riding street, and it just seems like this is a huge party. The Hyper Bus is even here. Is that Hoffman? I don't know if Hoffman showed up or not, but this is in Oklahoma City. So it's the inaugural OKC Thunder Ride Festival featuring Ryan Williams, Terry Adams, Kenny Bailey, Draven Groove, Terrence Collins, Justin Lobb, and Steve Carr. And it's kind of like they're putting on a show with Flatland and jumping into the airbag and seeing everything go on the way it was edited. It's pretty awesome. Looked like a good time. Draven sent this to me, and I'm like, yeah, we'll throw it in here. I think people will be into this. 14 minutes long, and dude only has 80 subscribers. Get this dude to 100 or you're fired. Moving on. We have something for, I think, a select group of people who are going to be super stoked, and then the people who don't know about this, if you watch this, might get stoked. So this is with the creator of Radical Rick. It's a video from Haro, Damian Fulton, and he kind of talks about how Radical Rick came to be. This was going to be like the highlight of this week before I watched the Cliffhanger video and was like, whoa, that video is the video to talk about. So if you want to learn who Radical Rick is or how Radical Rick came to be, this is the one to watch. And Damien, if you watch this somehow and you want to do a podcast with me, I would love to just learn the entire story and how Radical Rick became such an icon in BMX and such a well-loved figure. Hit me up. Next up, another video from Haro with talking involved. It's Talk Tales. This is with Dennis Enerson just answering a bunch of questions. And it's entertaining. It's Dennis Enerson. The dude and his perspective on things is just great. So after that, we've got more Dennis and also a few other fellas with the Our BMX version of BMX News, which is their 2-hour-long segment that they do monthly, just talking about what the hell happened in BMX. And I'm chatting about BMX News Weekly, telling you about their monthly BMX news, because we should support each other in BMX. Next, Canode Knows, Corey Walsh. This one, I've only gotten 15 minutes into it so far, but it's been an enjoyable 15 minutes. The first, I think, 5 minutes, they talk about AI and ChatGPT, and it was kind of a cool conversation, and I'm excited to listen to the rest of this one. And if there's anybody who has listened to the entire thing, let us know how it was in the comments down below. And that's all we've got for BMX news this week. I am currently or about to finish up S&M's Factory Friday. I'm actually getting the opportunity to edit this week's Factory Friday, so it will be up on the S&M channel probably 3 Eastern time, noon PST. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, Ray, I don't know if you're going to be here every Friday, but I was stoked to have you in the chat this week. Mark Richard in the chat. Shout out to Buffalo. Travis Schramm, Draven Groove still here. Sean Chambers. All you people who watch this live, make it fun for me to do. There's 20 people. It's a cool little hangout we do every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I appreciate everybody. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned. The Changa contest movie is coming out this weekend. It is an hour long, and it is rad. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys tomorrow.